What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, retired, legendary, Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer turned founder and promoter of Mayweather Promotions, that being none other than 50-0, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. He's all but confirmed, or he has confirmed, that undefeated three-division world champion superstar boxer who at one point simultaneously held the WBA, World Boxing Association's title at 130, 135, and 140 simultaneously, that being none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He's 27 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis is coming off of a dazzling performance May 28th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, in which he brutally knocked out fellow stablemate, WBA lightweight title contender, star boxer Rolando Rolly Romero, who was going into the fight 14 wins, no loss, and no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'8", with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, the sixth round, Gervonta Tank Davis brutally knocked out Rolando Rolly Romero, as I predicted. But more importantly, leading up into the fight, Gervonta Tank Davis was expressing that he's a free agent after this fight. And that's the only reason he was even fighting Rolando Rolly Romero, because Rolly is an in-house fight. He's a PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, Showtime President of Sports Steven Espinosa, and more importantly, he's a Mayweather Promotions fighter. And so Gervonta Tank Davis, he stated that because his contract is set to expire, that's the only reason that he was fighting Rolando Rolly Romero. And he stated that he had all plans to part ways and go the route of, promoting, using his own promotional company in GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, and focus on that and promote his own fights. And so with that said, he seemed like he had some issues with Floyd Mayweather, that being Gervonta Tank Davis, and that he wasn't happy in the situation. But now Floyd Mayweather, now after the fight, he brutally knocked out Rolando Rolly Romero. He stated that I got the best team in the world, and I'm staying with Mayweather Promotions. But his longtime trainer, mentor, father figure, big brother figure, Coach Calvin Ford, he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis had not re-signed with Mayweather Promotions, that he was still a free agent, and that they were looking to make the biggest fights possible. Well, now you have Floyd Mayweather come out, and he did an interview, and he's saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is his fighter, right? Now, Floyd Mayweather, he didn't show up to the fight. Floyd Mayweather didn't show up to the press conference. But that's not, out of the ordinary when you have Mayweather CEO in Leonard Ellerby. He is the face of Mayweather Promotions. He does all the footwork, okay? So he's the one doing all the heavy lifting, in my opinion. And with that said, it's not out of the norm not to see Floyd Mayweather there, but a fight of this magnitude, you would expect to see him there. He wasn't there. Gervonta Tank Davis, again, it was public, right? There was a public, peek into their relationship, and it clearly seemed like it was hitting a rocky road, right? And so now Floyd Mayweather, he recently did an interview, and he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis is still his fighter. It's his fighter, right? And obviously Floyd Mayweather, he stated that he knows how to promote fighters. Then he addressed undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin "The Dream" Haney, who is 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5", with a 72-inch arm reach, calling out and pursuing a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And he said that Devin Haney needs to focus on his immediate rematch with former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. And he said he needs to do it on a mutual site, not in Australia, as the first fight was June 4th in the United States, June 5th in Australia. The fight took place in Australia. And so he said not in Australia, not in the United States, but in a mutual site, right? alluding to obviously Dubai. Okay, Floyd Mayweather has done business and he has had exhibition bouts in Dubai. So clearly, Floyd Mayweather is alluding to having a fight in Dubai. Okay, so with that said, we have to see, if this fight will ever come to fruition, Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he announced that he's going to have a fight, October. In October, he's going to be making his ring return. His father, trainer, manager, and CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney, he stated that they have the date because they have signed a lucrative deal, and they do business with ESPN, top-ranked legendary promoter CEO Bob Arum, but they have a date. Now, George Kambosos has a rematch clause, but it can be worked around the rematch clause if Gervonta Tank Davis truly wants to fight. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he recently stated in the build-up for his fight with Rolly Romero that after he beat Rolly Romero, he wanted to fight Devin Haney because of all the talking Devin Haney was doing. So he said, that's who I want to fight next. I want to fight Devin Haney next. So Devin Haney, he stated that this all was on the back of comments made by Devin Haney, in which Devin Haney, he stated that he wanted to address the comments made by Tank Davis saying he was leaving Mayweather Promotions. Well, Devin Haney was asked about the comments made, and he stated that what's the point in him leaving Mayweather Promotions and Floyd Mayweather if he's still not going to be looking to make the big fights? If you're not going to look to make the big fights, then you might as well stay loyal to Floyd Mayweather. Gervonta Tank Davis didn't take too kind to that, and so he stated that, the fight I want to make next is me versus Devin Haney, right? So that's what got the ball rolling. And obviously they have 2 glorified sparring sessions that also is a storyline between the two. Then Floyd Mayweather, he addressed Shakur Stevenson, and he addressed, being with a promoter and how he, laid the blueprint or the green print, as he states, and he addressed how Shakur Stevenson, undefeated 2-division world champion, who's the unified super featherweight world champion, Olympic silver medalist who holds the WBC and the WBO titles after beating 2-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Oscar Valdez. And Floyd Mayweather, he stated that he loves Shakur Stevenson, but he says, look how Shakur Stevenson was treated. They made him the B-side in the fight. He stated that also they wasn't selling Shakur Stevenson merchandise. They wasn't promoting Shakur Stevenson correctly. And so, he said that, they're doing things right at Mayweather Promotions, and they building up Gervonta Tank Davis' name. And if he didn't know what he was doing, then why does everybody want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Well, Gervonta Tank Davis is viewed as the cash cow from junior welterweight on down. Now, the thing about it is, George Kambosos Jr. actually made more money than anybody in the lightweight division in one single fight. He made $10 million in his undisputed match with Devin Haney, okay? $10 million. None of these guys have made a guaranteed purse of $10 million going into any fight. So Floyd Mayweather, he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis, is a pay-per-view superstar. Now, that's money on the back end, right? So he's banking on, obviously, the fans, support to be able to make the, the back end money. So Floyd Mayweather, he confirms that Gervonta Tank Davis is still his fighter, signed to Mayweather Promotions, and, there will be, still building his career moving forward, which, like I stated, I thought that was the best route. I don't know if Gervonta Tank Davis is ready to be his own boss, his own entity, right? You remove the safety blanket. Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, they are understanding of what it is to, absorb all the accountability for fights not happening, negative comments and things of that nature. They're going to take the blunt of the criticism that is directed towards Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? That's just what's going to happen. But they are built for it. They know what it is. If Gervonta Tank Davis goes out on his own with GTD Promotions, then guess what? Gervonta Tank Davis is going to remove his safety net, right? He's going to be held accountable for all fights not made, for all negotiations falling through, and things of that nature. And that's a tough one to swallow, right? And so, you know, and not to mention, he did 350 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys, right? He did a $5 million live gate at the Barclays Center, broke the record. So why not? If it's not broken, then why fix it? Now, again, the fans are going to call for and clamor for him to fight the biggest names possible. And I believe that that'll start working. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is in the running and to fight undefeated lightweight Mexican superstar title contender King Rob Ryan Garcia in his next fight. Okay, Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up against Javier Fortuna in July, and I think that they're going to work out a deal for Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia next. But he has re-signed, according to Floyd Mayweather. That's still his fighter. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue.
It is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.